Welcome all. So this session is solving ordinary differential equations of the first order but a higher degree equations, which means linear but higher degree equations. So moving on to the content, we all know the solution of a differential equation is a function between dependent and independent variable found to satisfy the equation. In other words, geometrically, this represents a family of curves. So when you talk about solutions, we can have three solutions. One is general, which has arbitrary constants as order of the differential equations. And particular solution is when we give find values of this arbitrary based on some conditions, we get the particular solution. Singular solution is where you eliminate all the arbitrary constants and get a envelope of the family of curves of the general solution, which will not have any arbitrary constant, is called a singular solution. Going to the discussion part, this solving first order nonlinear equations is divided into three categories: solvable for p, y and x. Solvable for p is nothing but the first derivative. So first we'll get into the first type of equations. So the working rule tells you factorize the p term, get the factors of p based on the order of the equation, equate to each to 0, and then you find the solution by usual integral techniques. So according to number of factors, you will be having the number of solutions. Combine all the solutions as a product form, taking a single constant c, because the order is 1, we should give only one constant c, and that forms your general solution. And this is a general working rule. So based on the problems, we will be doing the work. Okay, so getting into the first discussion, the first problem is p square minus 9p plus 18. We need to solve it. So we see there is no x and y term, so we can solve it for a p. It's a easy factorizable equation of this form, with one factor as p minus 6, the other factor as p minus 3. Taking this p minus 6 factor, we replace p by dy by dx, as we have denoted p as dy by dx. Unless and until mentioned, p is always taken as dy by dx. dy by dx minus 6 equal to 0, dy equal to 6 dx. Just separate it with y, and 6 you can have it in the left or right, but this will be a neat form. So this is a simple integrable function, writing y as 6x plus c1. Same way you solve the second factor, writing this and make all the constants as a single constants. Write the product of each solutions got in this step. For the first and second factors, you get this general solution. Moving on to the second problem. Second problem states solve p square equal to x cube. There is no y term, but and there is no p linear term or constant term which is not having any x term. So you directly do this by just taking square root. You get this p as x power 3 by 2, and it's a easy integrable function directly without talking about any factors. You can simply write dy as this, but one thing you have to note that it should be a plus or minus, because we are taking a square root of this, and everywhere there will be, whenever you write this, there will be a plus or minus symbol, so that it's p square and you should have two roots, right? So you'll be writing it as plus or minus, and when you square on both sides, you can forget about this plus or minus and write into the final solution. So these the two solutions together constitute this final solution. Third problem is a cubic equation. Though it is cubic equation, you see there is a p term in all the three terms you have discussed. So what happens is you can take a p outer and write it as this way. So we have three factors. How to find the factors of the second part is simple. Just we know that this is constituting the sum and this constitutes the product along with this term. So your product is to be 2x square y square. Okay, it's in a negative sign. So this product is attained by multiplying these two factors. So this sum up. So this can be split, the factors can be split as 2y square, one has 2y square and the other one is plus x square. So as usual, you have to write the factors and solve. You can immediately take these factor form. So again, equating each of the factors, first factor is a simple integrable function. Second, you need to do separation of variables and then integrate. Removing logarithmic on both sides or taking exponential function, you can rewrite the second solution in this form. Same way you do the third one also, and you can club the terms and write the final general solution. Fourth is a bit different with this. There is no p term directly to look into, but we know this is your p term and this is nothing but the inverse function. So we write it as 1 by p, and you can write p minus 1 by p as given here. What happens here? P square plus p into x by y minus y by x minus 1 is equal to 0. It is going to be easily factorizable again, because you see this, observe this term. These are the sum of the factors. So if you product, you get minus 1, which is already given in the right form. So you can simply write x by y as one factor and y by x as another factor with appropriate sign. So again, equating, separating variables, you can integrate and conclude your solution. We have some practice problems in this method which can be done. Thank you.